Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Let me get over to my live chat here. Wow, there's quite a delay. It's still playing my intro. Hey, Robin. Good morning. Never Lose Hope. Sapphire. Lisa. Good morning. How are y'all doing? Oh my gosh, it's snowing here, guys. It's been raining all freaking night. Then it turned into snow. It was snowing quite a bit. But most of it, when it's hitting the ground, is melting because it's wet outside. I want it to snow for Christmas. It just don't seem like Christmas without snow. For real. I overslept this morning. Oh my gosh, I got anxiety so bad too. So just overlooked me this morning. I saw some stuff about Chris Watts that pissed me off again this morning. I reckon he wrote some kind of letter defending his little prison pal, little convict Dylan Tallman. Hey, Robin, welcome to the Cool Kids Club. Thank you. Hey, little Kelly, long time no see. How you been? Red Rum Media. Good morning. Red Rum, I saw a case from Ohio this morning. This little runaway girl, they found her dead. Yeah, I think they found her. I can't remember if it was Nevada, in Nevada dead. It's sad. Anyways, yeah, so Chris Watts, he wrote a letter to his little prison pal. Hey, Natalie. Or for his prison pal, defending him. I guess he's got some kind of lawsuit. Dylan Tallman is like suing this freaking nurse at the prison for some freaking reason. I'm going to read it. And then I saw a video from Plunder. Hey, Cement Shoes, Debbie. Hey, Mike. Good morning. Turquoise Kitten. Good morning. I saw a video this morning Plunder put up, and they had got some information from Armchair Detective about this new book that's coming out by Cheryl Cadle. And in this book, there's like a detail added about how he killed Bella. If this author's telling the truth, who knows who's telling the freaking truth? Now, I have his second confession on my Google Drive, and he led us to believe that he killed Bella in the back seat like he did Cece. But according to this book, she walked up the stairs, the battery stairs, as they call them, up the oil tank stairs. And he killed her up there, assuming on that landing. I think it's a shame all this crap's coming out. I didn't know it, but it's Bella's birthday's coming up. Love Shack Sarah left a comment, and she's like, Bella's little birthday's coming up. It's a shame this is coming out. I agree. Cece, can you send it to me? Oh, yeah. Hold on just 1 second. I'll get you that case. And then we're going to look at this letter Chris Watts wrote for his friend. Right here it is. I was right, Red Rum. She was found dead in Nevada. Now, she ran away with another girl, young girl, and a boy. He looks older than them. Okay, let me find you. I'm sending it to you on Discord. There you go. I sent it to you. Okay. I see Justin Ross Harris watch live as dad who left Tot inside hot car starts hearing for a new trial. We may try to take a look at that in a minute, but we need to talk about this monster weirdo Chris Watts. I believe he's in love with his prison pal. For real. I mean, I really do. I bet you anything they got something going on. It would surprise me a bit. Nothing surprises me about this guy. I mean, if he wants to be in love with another man, that's his business. To each their own. But I'm just saying, I think there's some kind of romantic feelings going on here. It says Chris Watts submitted a handwritten letter to defend his closest friend and neighbor at Dodge Correctional Institution. OK has obtained a copy of the affidavit that was written by Watts and then filed in court by Dylan Tallman in one of his lawsuits against the staff at the facility. Well, know what I think, guys? I think Dylan Tallman and his little psychologist fiance, wife, whatever you want to call her, is using Watts to make a name for themselves and to write a book. Because Dylan's already written a book. It sucks, according to the reviews. But he's going to be writing another one with Chris, allegedly. Okay, so it says, Bonnie Gugler, a nurse at DCI, it says, Tallman, who has mental health issues, had petitioned the court asking that Nurse Gugler not approach him after an incident that occurred 1 year prior when he was allegedly strapped to a bed for 6 days wearing just his undergarments. Tallman claims the medical staff ignored him until he had to be rushed to the hospital from a self-sustained injury that bled out for so long he required a blood transfusion. You reckon that's the truth? Tallman, 28, has spoken about Watts like a brother and protector. He did his best to carry out the role back in June as he monitored the situation with Tallman and later put it all together in an affidavit. That filing stated, he just basically takes up for him, on the 18th day of June 2020, between 8:20 p.m. and 8:30 p.m., Nurse Gugler, what a name, Gugler, arrived on the unit to give Dylan Tallman his medication. Dylan Tallman is in cell 13 and I am in cell 14. My positioning was near the front of my cell as I was about to rinse out my bowl when this conversation ensued. Tallman asked, "Why are you fighting me on this?" Nurse Gugler responds, "Fighting you on what?" Tallman begins to explain the answer he received from the Attorney General and Assistant Attorney General for representing Nurse Gugler in regards to the complaint he filed against her, even showing her a copy at his door for her verification. Gugler responds, "No one has contacted me and I've never spoken with anyone about this." At this point, her visage changes and asks, "Should I even be giving your medication right now?" Tallman responds, "Would you sign an affidavit swearing that the Attorney General and Assistant Attorney General have not contacted you regarding this complaint and your representation?" Gugler responds, "Yes, I would. I just need to check with Tom in HSU." Nurse Gugler proceeds to wheel the medication cart away and leaves. The second shift officer was present for this conversation as well. Well, cry me a river. You know what? You got to obey their rules. He probably doesn't. He's probably being a troublemaker, if the truth's known. It says the two individuals who are close to Watts revealed to OK last month that the killer dad was writing a book with Tallman. Those sources also revealed the book would be called Revelation in the Reckoning. What the crap? That's the same thing as that stupid weirdo YouTube channel. Watts likely chose to work with Tallman because he has previously self-published a book. That book, A Blessing in Disguise, details his life and the circumstances that led him to dealing drugs at a young age. Cry me a river. A lot of people have it hard growing up. They don't get out and sell drugs. Okay, let me get over here and see what y'all are saying. I'm tired of reading that crap. God almighty, that was boring as crap to read. So I guess he's smart. According to Chris, I guess the nurse got pissed off and didn't give this guy his medicine. Hey, Amy, Vicky, Samara, if I missed anyone. Sorry, I was reading that stupid, boring crap. See, I told y'all that weirdo had written a book before, that Dylan Tallman. Him and Chris must be super close. There's something really strange going on with that Dylan Tallman and his fiance that has been on the Armchair Detectives channel. I believe she's like a psychologist, she says. Something strange. Because I saw a video, first time she was ever on Armchair Detectives channel. Guess what? She was calling Chris Watts a monster and stuff. Year freaking later, she's writing him in freaking prison. She said she just wanted to write him, check on him, see how he's doing. I'm like, what the crap? And Chris didn't respond to her. He gave the letter to Dylan. That's how she got hooked up with him. Now, allegedly, Dylan gave Chris like a honey bun and some noodles in exchange for the letter. Chloe, honey, what are you doing? My little Yorkie gets under my desk, y'all, and she tries to rub herself up against the wall. Yeah, they're using him to write a book. Morning, Chatterbox. It's just bullcrap. And now this Cheryl Cadle, she says that she's coming out with this new book. Somehow Armchair Detective got a passage out of it. And then Plunder put up a video about it, and that's how I heard about it. But according to Cheryl, Chris added a detail. I think he lied. I mean, who knows who's telling the truth? We don't even know if he's telling the truth in the second confession. Not really. But this new book coming out, it's, there's a passage saying that Bella didn't die in the back seat. He didn't kill him in the car, or her in the car. He made her walk up those battery stairs. And he was allegedly carrying Cece's body at the time. And I guess when he got up there at that landing, it's when he killed Bella and put them in the tanks. Ain't that awful? And can you believe that anyone would defend him? It's sickening. It makes me freaking sick. I've been pissed off about that since yesterday. Even more pissed off now. It just blows my freaking mind. And she was trying to get her hooks in Chris, Natalie, and that didn't work. Her letter got traded for some ramen noodles and a freaking honey bun. So what'd she do? Dylan was the next best thing because he was buddies with Chris. Hey, Misty, good morning. So weird how I'm going to have to find that video and share it with y'all. Someone put together a video. Because other people think that it's weird too. There's something up with it. She's on Armchair Detectives. First time coming on there, she's on there saying, oh, my mother loves you, blah, blah, blah. Then goes on to talk about the Watts case. Brings up the Watts case. Talks about how Chris Watts is a monster and stuff. Then a freaking year later, she's on Armchair Detectives again, talking about how she wrote to Chris Watts. Armchair Detectives like, hey, why'd you write to him, basically? And she's like, oh, I was just checking on him, seeing how he's doing, all this and that. Because she was explaining how she met Dylan. Now, a year before, she was saying he was a monster, disgusting. And then, like, all of a sudden, it's like total opposite. She's like in support of him and his freaking mental health. Nobody cares about his mental health. At least I don't. Like, I would say 99% of my viewers don't. What he did to those kids. And in that second confession, we didn't assume crap. He led us to believe, by his own words, that he killed Bella in the backseat too. The Plunder thinks it's like a small detail added in. It's all probably a freaking lie. I don't see why that author would put that in the book if he didn't tell her that. Of course, you can't trust anybody this day and time. It's funny, I don't remember a single woman being a groupie for Scott Peterson, but Chris Watts has this whole harem. Yeah, I don't understand it. I was looking at a picture of him when police took pictures with his shirt off, and it was the picture they took of his back. And I know this is going to sound mean, but he kind of looks hunchback. What's up with that? He don't have good posture. People that's not confident don't have good posture anyways. There was a Shanann on the original TCRS website, not YouTube, who was very pro Watts. Oh, really? Oh, cute. Liz, cute picture of your dog. Oh, Sandy. Hey, girl, how are you? I've not seen you in forever. Yeah, Liz, I love your dog's picture. I'm not familiar with that website, Liz, that you're talking about. Exactly, Mike. You do the crime, you're going to do the time. He mixes lies with truth, so there could be some truth. Could even be it was Cece walking instead of Bella. He can't tell the whole truth. Yeah. You know what they're going to say? Chris is going to say that author, Cheryl Cadle, is a liar, that he didn't tell her that. I would suggest if anyone's going to write a book on Chris Watts and they're interviewing him, to record it every single time because he lies. The truth's not in him. Oh, I love you too, Sandy. Oh, that homeschooling. Oh my gosh. It sucks, girl. I wish Timothy would go back to school because he don't want to do the freaking homeschooling. He wants to put everything off. See, here they don't have to like sit in like a Zoom meeting with the other class. They just got to log on, go into the website, get their homework done by a certain date, and it sucks that way. Those steps are very steep. I don't believe it. Well, I was thinking there wasn't very much room up there. They won't let them record at prison. Oh, I didn't know that. The prison records, though, but of course we could never probably get our hands on that. Hey, the truth's not in that man. The truth's not in him. And it's a damn shame that people just can't realize that he is the freaking monster. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with people? People worried about his rights and stuff. I don't give a damn about his rights. I know he's got them. I hate it. I hate that he's got rights. I don't care about his feelings. I don't care about his mental health. And I don't believe this jailhouse religion crap. If he had really found God, he would man up and tell the truth. Confess his sins with the tongue, as it said. It said something like that. He wouldn't keep letting people in his family and his friends blame murdering the girls on Shanann. If he was a real Christian and really had found God. I know how it works when people find God. I'm going to tell you a story about it. Hey, Turquoise Kitten. My uncle, he smoked weed for years. He's been a Christian for about 20 years, over 20 years now, but he used to love to smoke weed, and he'd drink a little beer sometimes, but he loved to smoke weed. And one day he was out hunting, and he said the Lord had been dealing with his heart, and he kept ignoring him. One day he was out hunting. He decided to sit down and smoke him a bowl, he said. And he said the Lord started speaking to his heart. You know what he did? He threw that bowl down in his weed, left it there in the woods. He's been worshiping God ever since. Never smoked again. Actually, he's a deacon now. And he told everybody this story. You're just so joyful when you find God like that and get saved and stuff that you just want to share the news with everybody. He used to talk to me all the time when I was doing wrong. Try to steer me on the right path and, tell me how he used to do wrong things. See, Chris is not doing any of that. Any of that. If he was a real Christian, he would tell the truth. Here's what it is. He don't want to bash Shanann himself. He wants to look like a good boy. He wants everybody else to do it. This YouTube channel, what's it called? I can't even remember the stupid name because it's such a stupid name. Revelation in the Reckoning or something. People, if you're going to start YouTube channels, don't have a freaking long name like that. Have something short and sweet. They really think he's going to get a trial. Well, he may. They'll find him guilty. They'll find him guilty. Prison's too good for him. Hey, Keisha. Makes me so sad. Poor little Bella's birthday coming up. I can't remember the exact date because I got anxiety. I can't remember what Love Shack Sarah's comment said exactly. Oh, yeah. Someone else commented yesterday, and I can't remember their name. But you know how everybody's like, they should be testing the DNA of Nico. Well, someone commented in the discovery that they had done that. They read that the DNA was tested. And said if this Kim person had really actually read the discovery, she would know that. See, myself, I don't claim to have read it all. I looked at some of it. I didn't read every single word. Hey, Max, good morning. Now, Red Rum Media might know that answer or will. 411 now. If the DNA's been tested. But someone commented that and they was pretty confident. They sound like, I believed them. Amy said, that's what I thought too. I thought that also, but I wasn't for sure. My memory is so bad that I forget a lot, especially when it's been a while. I forget small details. He showered every night with them babies. What? That's a little weird. Every night? Liz read it all. She said, was the DNA tested for sure then, since you read it? Doesn't that 4-word channel name sound like a Jonathan Edwards speech? He did sinners in the hands of an angry God. Yeah, it does sound like that. And he was standing over Cece's crib one night naked. Oh my God. Keisha, how do you know this? Where'd you hear this? See it. He's a weirdo. They can say what they want. Oh, Shanann was controlling. She pushed him to it, blah, blah, blah. No. Oh, that's wrong. It was always in him to do something like that. There's something not right with him. Some people's born evil. Hey, Pamela. It was tested, and DA told Ronnie it was Chris. See, then what are these people talking about? They sent it to the lab with the FBI. Oh my gosh. And I thought I was an airhead. What are these people talking about? I mean, with the DNA then, if it's already tested. Look, this woman just wants views. And you know what? We need not give her views. Even myself. I've just been trying to keep up with what, the weirdo was saying. But just think about it. We give her views. She's making money off YouTube and probably sending it to Chris Watts for commissary or getting him an attorney. I was thinking about that yesterday. Yeah, it is weird, Mike. It's totally, I think it's weird. I don't much think it's, oh gosh, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to offend anybody, but I don't know. I just think it's weird. Maybe, a dad or mom showering with their little bitty baby real quick. They're in a hurry. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But, I don't know. It's weird and people do it all the time, I guess. Have you heard of the Marilyn Carter case? The mom found. Yes. We used to talk about that, Mama Bear, in Texas. Cute name, by the way. I'm a mama bear. I'm a freaking grizzly bear, my son says. I'm too protective. Our father also said Shanann was dating someone named Chris. And the baby belonged to Chris. Yeah. Well, look, Shanann, I reckon, had a childhood friend that was named Chris, but her childhood friend was probably living in North Carolina. She's in Colorado. How's that possible to get pregnant? She didn't cheat on him. I mean, I guess it's possible for them to meet up, right? But still, she didn't cheat on him. She's totally in love with Chris. I always say anything's possible, but I don't think that's a possibility in this case. I really don't. There's no doubt in my mind who the baby belonged to. And they're saying they done DNA on it. DNA does not lie. Chris was a co-worker in Thrive. Hey, that Thrive stuff, I tried it out back when I first started my channel. Some of my live streams is probably up me talking about it. It made me manic as hell, y'all. You know, I got ADHD and manic depression and stuff, and that stuff did not work well with me. Some people said it didn't bother them. I tried the patch. I take the pill in the morning, put a patch on, do a shake. I was so jacked up, I didn't know if I was coming or going. I couldn't sleep. So, you know, different people react different to stuff, you know. Not everybody's going to have the same reaction. I believe he's all jacked up on that crap. I think that Thrive had something, a little bit of something to do with it. Oh my gosh, Mom Bear said Thrive gave me bad diarrhea and a UTI. Oh my gosh. Drama says it's also said on Dr. Phil. See, I forget stuff. That's why I'm glad I got y'all in the chat. I forget little details. I wonder if she's trying to say all this to hurt. I don't know what her deal is. Hey, this is a married woman obsessed with Chris Watts. Talking to him. Emailing him. I don't know about y'all, but my hubby would raise hell if I was doing something like that. He didn't even really like the idea of me writing to Joe Exotic, which I've not yet. And I'm like, hey, Joe Exotic is gay, you know. No worries. He's not going to be interested in me. I just wanted to write to him. He's straight up sicko, straight up weirdo. So is she. And can y'all believe someone said yesterday in the chat that that lady, Kim, said that she would let Chris Watts babysit her kids. Are you serious, lady? You need your head examined. You know what? She's just saying that for shock factor, guys. Don't let her fool you. She would not let him watch her kids. I don't believe it. She's just saying that to get a rise out of us. Hey, if she comes for us, we'll tear her to shreds. We'll bash her country girl style. She's not going to. We don't care what she says about us anyways, because she's a weirdo and we don't respect her. Anybody that would make a statement like that, I'd let Chris Watts watch my kids, is a complete moron. A complete moron, an idiot. That's what I would call, you know, just a complete hick. She don't sound country, but she's a hick. Hey, Jason, good morning. And that Anna was trying to convince him he had a brain tumor. Oh, yeah, what happened to that lady? I had a friend that sells it, no longer a friend because I went and buy it from her again. Hey, I just got like a 3 or 4 days supply to try out, Mama Bear. And that stuff made me like, I didn't have like any crazy thoughts, like harming anybody. It just made me manic. I felt like I was doing speed. Yeah. Never, never again. Maybe I shouldn't done it all together. Maybe I shouldn't took the pills and then put the patch on, but I'd wait like 30 minutes. Then I'd put the patch on, then 30 more minutes, I'd go make my shake. Sandy says, oh, hell no, I wouldn't let him near my kids. She wouldn't. She's just saying that. Just to get a rise out of us. Anna removed from the guest list. Yeah, she was just trying to get famous, like 5 minutes of fame. That Anna. She's a complete idiot too. We need a professional. I want a professional to tell me what is wrong with these women, like women that was obsessed with Ted Bundy and one of them got married to him, knowing he had done all these horrible things. And then you got this Kim woman advocating for a baby killer, wife killer. Like, what's wrong with them? I want a professional to explain to me what is wrong with them. I wonder what's missing in their life or inside them that makes them want to do that. Me too, Pamela. I'm already way too hyper. If you take enough speed, CC, it would drive you crazy. Yeah. Messes with your mind, especially when you can't sleep. You start hallucinating if you can't sleep. I don't know. It's just a weird, sad case, and it's a damn shame we got morons like her using YouTube to advocate for a killer. What about the rights of Shanann, Nico, Bella, and Cece? What about their freaking rights? Something bad wrong with these people. I got no respect for anyone that supports him. I don't feel sorry for him. There's no freaking excuse for what he did. You know? I don't care what Shanann did or what fault she had. Nobody deserved that. Especially the girls. I mean, you know? And killing Cece in front of Bella. Man, how freaking cruel. And Bella knew what was going on. She knew what was going on. She's so smart for her age. Most kids are. Feel sorry for Frank and Sandy. Me too. Someone told me yesterday, I think she was on Mommy Ramblin', Sandy was, channel. I think she's been doing a lot of baking. I think her and Shanann used to bake a lot during the holidays. So she's been keeping her mind busy baking. I think they'd like bake a bunch of cookies and treats and, give out to neighbors, family, and friends. That's sweet. It's a good idea. I would love to make some gingerbread men. Anyways, I had some more things to tell you about. I could rant about Chris Watts for days. Hey, I've got 2 books about him on like the PDF file. I've shared links. Red Rum sent them to me. Thank you, girl, by the way, again. But if anybody wants one of the links to read one of the books, I can't remember the names right now. It's not the new book that's coming out. I can share it with you guys. There was a horrible crime, guys, that happened in West Virginia over the weekend. A juvenile killed his entire family. And I can't figure out his name yet or the family's name yet. I got Lisa keeping an eye out for all that since that's up her way. All we know is 2 boys, the mom and the dad, were found shot. I'm going to try to find it. Damn, I hope that Justin Ross Harris don't get a new trial, guys. His hearing's going on, I think. Uh-oh. I hear Mark pulling in. I may have to mute a second. Lady, please don't bark. It's not necessary. She'll be barking. Okay. Maybe not. Maybe she won't bark today. It's okay, baby. It's just your duty. It's just your duty. Sorry, guys. My dogs interrupt all the time. I can't help it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to share this with you guys. Let me get it pulled up. Mark's been gone to see the grandbaby at his mom's. That's where he's been. Oh, they're actually not going to bark this time. I'm still going to shut my door. Okay. It says 4 members of a West Virginia family, including 2 children, were found shot to death Sunday morning in their home in Elkview. A 5th member of the family, an older brother to the children, was found at a separate location. According to the Kanawha, I think it says that, County Sheriff Mike Rutherford. Deputies are speaking with him, he said. Dead are a man and his wife and 2 sons believed to be 12 and 3 years old. Rutherford provided little information, but did say detectives don't believe neighbors should be concerned about the incident in their normally quiet neighborhood. Seems like the older child did it. said, "It's so early right now, I wouldn't want to try to speculate on something that we don't know," he said. "I wouldn't want to give false information or later down the road, if we have a prosecution, to endanger the prosecution." What? Guys, come on, get in here. Oh my gosh, guys, my dogs are so annoying. Let me stop screen sharing this so I can look at the chat just a second. One other was at a friend's house. This is horrible. So do they know for a fact, Lisa, that the juvenile did this? Let me go look at something for a second. I'm going to go see if there's any updates. 15 hours ago, juvenile charged with murder after 4 families found dead in West Virginia home. Okay. Yeah, so one of the juvenile kids did this, because one was arrested. But it's not saying the age of the suspect. Okay, the sheriff said that a man called 911 just after 10:30 a.m. after finding 3 of his relatives dead from an apparent act of violence at the Cemetery Hill Drive home. The unidentified man, who was checking on relatives from whom he had not heard from in several days, told deputies the door was unlocked when he arrived. Responding deputies located the 4th victim. Although deputies have not identified the juvenile suspect, they did confirm to WSAZ that the minor was a member of the slain family and had been located safe at another location. Wow. The mom and dad, a 12-year-old and a 3-year-old. They must have some evidence. Maybe they confessed. I'm wondering if it's a female or it's a male, I'm assuming. I think it's a male juvenile. I'm pretty sure. Lisa, you're going to have to keep me updated. They're not saying how old. It just said juvenile. It didn't even say male or female. For some reason I was thinking it was a male juvenile. Lisa shared this with me last night, and then I went and looked it up. I've been waiting for them to give an update. Okay. Yeah, so they're not saying if it's a female or male, just juvenile suspect. And they just confirmed that the minor was a member of the family. You know, it's crazy to think you could bring people, a kid into the world and then they could turn around and kill you. What was going on? Was there some kind of abuse going on? Hey, Light Feather, good morning. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Too bad he had access to guns. Yes, I mean, it kills me. If you're going to go on guns, then you got to be responsible. You got to have them locked up. You don't keep loaded guns in your house or in your vehicle, and you don't keep a gun loaded. Liz said, the Daily Mail said he was 16, found at another house. Crap, I didn't see nothing pop up when I looked it up from the Daily Mail. He has ruined so many lives. He's took 4 lives, but ruined so many others too. It's so sad. You have to wonder, like, when a kid just kills their entire family, you have to wonder, like, what's going on in that family? No, there's no excuse, Liz. And you know what? It makes me mad when people use abuse as an excuse, because I was abused as a child. It didn't make me into a monster. Never harmed anything. It's made me more protective of kids. and my own kid. There's just no excuse. You know, when I was suffering abuse as a child, I never thought about harming nobody over it. How could anyone kill a 3-year-old? I don't know how anyone could kill anybody. I mean, I guess I could if I was defending myself and someone was trying to kill me. Yeah, of course. But just to flat out kill someone, got to be evil in you to do something like that. Yeah, people need their guns locked up. A lot of people lock up their guns and the kids will find the keys somewhere and get into the gun cabinet. I saw a story the other day where a toddler found a gun and accidentally fired it and shot a man. Didn't kill him. Went in the toddler's fault. I mean, they think it's a toy. The neighbor said the 3-year-old was so cute. Lisa, didn't you say there was a GoFundMe set up? I wish I had the link to that. I'd definitely share it. It's so sad. Here it is at Christmas time. You know what? When you're 16, when you're a teenager, you know better than things like this. You'll probably be tried as an adult. Wouldn't surprise me. I think they were shot. I'm pretty sure that they were shot. Right, Lisa? I read that somewhere, unless the information was wrong. I'm looking right now. I can't see it. No one has the right to take another life, period. Yes, there is a GoFundMe. I'll try to find it again. Yes, shot. Yeah, I was pretty sure I read that this morning, but, I've been having anxiety, so I'm having trouble with my memory. Prayers for that family. Yeah, Lisa, if you can find the link to that, that would be great. You don't exactly have to do it right now. You can find it and give it to me after the stream, and I'll put it in the comment section and pin it. Also, guys, I wanted to share with y'all this crazy case from freaking Australia. This woman has been found not guilty of murdering her mother. She not only murdered her mother, she cut her mother's head off. She carved her eyes and tongue out. I kid you not. And she's been found not guilty. And I'm assuming it's because she had mental illness. That West Virginia case is trending right now, I see. Let me go find it. Let me find this article. Get my little link room. This woman, she looks crazy, y'all. She looks crazy. About a week or so before she murdered her mother, a neighbor had told her mother, hey, she's going to kill somebody one day. And she's like, not my baby. My baby wouldn't harm a fly. Well, she did. And allegedly, this girl, I think her name is Jessica Camilleri. She was obsessed with Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. And the bloody parts, the killing parts, she would rewind so she could watch them over and over again. She was obsessed with watching dismemberment. There, her and her mother is. Daughter who severed mother's head, carved out eyeballs, felt not guilty of murder. Wait till I read y'all this story. I mean, she is a freaking psycho. She left her mother's head on her neighbor's walkway. Said it dropped out of her hands because she had like her cell phone in her hand, her mom's cell phone, and her mom's head. And it slipped out of her hand, so she just left it there. Kid you not. A woman who loved to watch dismemberment scenes in horror movies has been found not guilty of murder after she decapitated her mother and carved out her eyeballs. Instead, 27-year-old Jessica Camilleri was convicted of manslaughter this week in connection with the 2019 death of her mother, 57-year-old Rita Camilleri. In gruesome details, authorities in an Australian courtroom described the horrific scene at the West Sydney home the mother and daughter shared. Jessica furiously stabbed her mother more than 100 times with steak knives, severed her nose and tongue, and tore out her eyeballs. Jessica then cut off her mother's head and left it on the doorsteps at a neighbor's house. Defense attorneys argued that Jessica was mentally ill, which contributed to her losing control. Jurors were also told that Jessica was fascinated by horror films such as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Jeepers Creepers. I like those movies too, but I'm not a weirdo Jessica's sister, Christy Torresi, told jurors that they would watch dismemberment scenes in horror movies. Jessica would pause and rewind to see it again. Jessica was also known to grab people's hair and rip it out at the root, according to the newspaper. David Greenberg, a forensic psychiatrist, testified that Jessica understood she was killing her mother, but that her ability to control herself was substantially impaired because of her mental illnesses. Jessica told investigators she launched into a fit of rage, of panic, when her mother attempted to procure professional help for her daughter. In an initial interview with police, Jessica claimed she was defending herself from her mother, but she later acknowledged that the idea of decapitation came from watching horror films. I remember stabbing my mom. I wouldn't stop, Jessica told the forensic psychiatrist. I injured myself. I was getting her everywhere. In a police body cam recording, Jessica can be heard asking a police officer whether doctors could re-sew her mother's head back on. Yeah, she's a real weirdo monster. There's nothing you can do. She's a goner, Jessica asked. They can't restart her heart because I know doctors can do miracles. They can't re-sew her head. That's a bit of a stretch, an officer responds, according to the news outlet. Can y'all believe this crap? She was found not guilty of murder, just of manslaughter. I'm wondering what her sentence is going to be. Because she was just convicted of. How is that manslaughter? Because she has a mental illness? That's bullcrap. I got PTSD, manic depression, ADHD. No, there's just no excuse. They should have had her committed a long time ago. She was really mean to her sister and stuff. I reckon she testified in court. I mean, she looks like a weirdo. I'm sorry, but she does. I'm assuming a manslaughter charge, she's not going to get that long in prison, y'all. She'll be out. I read another article that went into more details, and she asked them several times if they couldn't sew her mother's head back on. She said as she was stabbing her mother and stuff, her nose fell off. Lady, you cut her freaking nose off. It didn't just fall freaking off. She cut her freaking nose off. Yeah, Miss Murder may be able to give us some more information on this. She's had severe problems for a long time. And a lot of people that are struggling with serious mental illnesses, they do not want to get help. And this is why she attacked her mother. Her mother was trying to get her help. I read another article where a neighbor had said that she had warned Jessica's mother, hey, she's going to kill somebody one day. She would threaten people. She'd call people on the phone and threaten them, do all kinds of crazy stuff. But anyways, Jessica's mother replied, "Not my Jessica. She wouldn't harm a fly." Not even like a week or so later, Jessica had murdered her. And she did say the reason that she left her mother's head on the neighbor's walkway, it wasn't exactly on their doorstep, it's on the walkway, from what I understand. It's because it slipped out of her hand because her hands was full and they was all bloody and stuff. And she had her phone, her mom's phone in her hand, and the head slipped and it fell, and she didn't want to bother picking it up, so she just left it there. Hey, Alyssa, good morning. How are you? Can you believe that she actually thought they could sew her mom's head back on? I don't think she really believed that. I think she was just being, you know, just being a monster saying that. It blows my mind that people's capable of doing things like this. Like, I understand having mental illness and like schizophrenia and stuff. My grandfather was diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic, and bloody I know he ended up taking his own life. I've shared this before. But he wouldn't want to take his medicine, and he would hallucinate and see things and get things in his head about people. He never harmed anyone. It's God's wonder. Thank God he didn't. But they can be very dangerous when they're not taking their medicine. Very. But, you know, if he had harmed somebody, there'd been no excuse just because he had mental illness, because I guess we should have got him more help. It's the way I think about it. Can I ask, is my mom dead? Yeah. Yeah, she asked that too, Liz. Hey, Amber. Was she drugged up at the time? I don't think she was. I really don't. I think from what I understand, she just got pissed off because her mom wanted her to get professional help. Don't think I'm insane, but can you bring her back to life? Yes, that's another thing that she said. Thank you, Liz. You know, I like to watch weird stuff like horror movies, and I watch a lot of weird stuff on YouTube, like that postmortem photography, like the antique pictures, the black and white ones, you know, from the Victorian days. But like dismemberment and stuff like that, no. No, usually I hide my eyes like during like the scary scenes of horror movies. Jeffrey Dahmer, he was actually obsessed with The Exorcist, the second Exorcist movie. He would play certain scenes like over and over. He did the same thing. My mom's first husband was schizophrenic, got out of the mental hospital, came home, got a shotgun, killed his best friend. Don't know what happened to him. It was early 50s. There wasn't much help. Yeah, my papa was in his early 50s, and that seems like a similar story, except he didn't harm anyone. We had to have him put in a psychiatric hospital because my grandfather had got it in his head that a friend of his up the road from us that owned a garage had made me sick. And my papa actually went up there and shot his car up with a shotgun. Thank God he didn't harm nobody. So they didn't press any charges because, you know, the guy knew my papa was very, very ill. But we had to have him put in a psychiatric hospital. And he stayed for like 6 weeks. He got out. He came home. He did good for a few days. He came to one of my beauty pageants. And then about a week later, he killed himself. We didn't have any guns. He went and borrowed a gun off somebody, and the dummies gave it to him. Said he wanted to go quail hunting, and they gave him a gun, and he went up to our local lake and took his own life. Yeah. But he did not want to take his medicine. I could get him to take his medicine sometimes. I was like the only one. We were super close. But he didn't want to take his medicine. A lot of people that have the bad mental illnesses like that, they don't. Like Andrea Yates. She didn't want to take her medication either. I used to love horror movies as a kid teen, but can't watch them now. They don't bother me to watch them, but I'm not gonna lie. Like at nighttime, I'll get scared to go to the bathroom and stuff. I know it sounds silly. Like if I watch like the Friday the 13th movies and stuff. Listen, I'm still cleaning, extra cleaning. I don't like decorating too early. Well, yeah, I don't blame you. I dread taking all the decorations down. I just paid for the heat to be repaired on my parents' home and paid their property taxes, so it's going to be a scratches family Christmas. And I'm tiny. Hey, I totally get it, Cement Shoes. That's so sweet of you to do. It's going to be a slim Christmas here, but look, I got my son 4 things, expensive things. So, I, you know, I hate that I couldn't get him more, but look, I got him Xbox controller, wireless, Xbox gaming headset. I got him a Wolverine sweatshirt, and I'm going to get a game, like a $50 game. But here's the thing. My son's birthday is December 29th, so I have to get him something for his birthday, too. But you know what? My son don't care. It's the thought that counts. People get too into Christmas and they get all about the buying. It's not about buying stuff, really. I get that way myself, and I have to remind myself. Be grateful for what you got. It's really about Jesus and his birthday and being good to your fellow man. I just watched the Profile and Evil show on Jack the Ripper. The Geographic guy was on. I've watched a lot about Jack the Ripper. Hey, KDF. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Glad you stopped in. I've watched a lot. Anyways, I've watched a lot about Jack the Ripper. You know what I think? I think Jack the Ripper was either like a mortician or a doctor. Listen, my birthday is the 31st. Oh, you and Timothy about got the same birthday. Timothy's going to be 14, y'all. So I was telling Mark the other day, I got to start a car fund. Save up so he can get him, decent little Jeep or truck when he gets 16. I'd rather for him not drive. But I know he's going to want to. We had some deaths during the holiday season. Makes it somber. Oh, sorry to hear that, Liz. About 10 years ago, my dad's cousin died on Christmas. And then, like the next year, his dad died on Christmas. My cousin's dad died on Christmas. So weird, so sad. My daughter is like Bewitched. She can put decorations up, take them down faster than anyone I know. Oh, that's fun. I love Bewitched show. I got my tree up. It's crammed full of ornaments, but that's the way I wanted it. We're going for 80s theme, old school theme. We've got everything on there. We've got guitars. We've got vintage campers. We've got Christmas spiders. We've got the Muppets. We've got a rapping Santa Claus. We've got everything. Batman cars. Oh, I found angel wings the other day, guys. I got a new ornament. So I got angel wings. And that's just in honor of all the little children. Evelyn Boswell, all the little children that's unfortunately been murdered this past year. And I got that little ballerina. I got the little ballerina for Evelyn in memory of her. I got it beside the angel wings. Oh, I forgot. I got roosters. I got chickens on my tree. Deer, squirrels, foxes. I needed more lights. I really didn't have enough for the bottom or garland. I got like 4 strands of like garland, aka tinsel. I've been listening and finally putting bulbs on the tree. Do you have ornaments too? Yeah, really, you don't have to put ornaments on if you don't want to. Just put Christmas lights on. See, that's how I love a tree. Formal trees don't fit here. Yeah. I don't like it just like, I mean, they are pretty Christmas trees that are themed like all candy cane or all gingerbread or, just the theme. That is cute. But I'm kind of old school. I like a variety. I like the old fashioned look. My granny smothers her tree in tinsel. She uses so much. Sometimes the tree looks so bad, but I don't ever say nothing to her, bless her heart. This year I put extra on mine. I only usually put like 2 strands of tinsel on mine. I had a miserable childhood, so I'm living out my childhood now. I like to enjoy the holidays. I'm going to be ordering me a dollhouse kit also for my birthday. Putting together. I've always wanted to do that. Just to make 2020 more interesting, their property taxes got tripled at the beginning of the year. I think it's ridiculous that people have to pay taxes on stuff they own. I mean, I do. I think that's crazy. I know Mark had to go a while back and pay the taxes on the Jeep and our mobile home and motorcycle. Property taxes doubled. I wonder why. Is it because of that stimulus or something? What's going on with that? Okay, let's see. I want to check in and see what's going on with this Justin Ross Harris here for a second. Let me go back and see. Ah, crap. Stupid laptop. Let's see if we can watch it live. Crime Online, man, they put so many ads on here. They make it hard to freaking read the article. It takes you 5 minutes to get the ads off. Okay, let's see here. Let me go screen share because it's playing it. If he gets a new trial, I'm giving up true crime.
Actually, the date I have is July 12th, 2014.
All right, let me go ahead and share my screen with you.
Oh, there that idiot is, weirdo.
So maybe that was printed later.
Right there.
All right, can everyone see my screen?
Look over.
Dr. Diamond, can you see my screen?
I see, yes.
All right, so I want you to go ahead and take a look at this for me. Right here by Dr. David Diamond, special to Headline News, updated at 4:49 p.m. on Monday, June 30th, 2014. Does that seem accurate here in Station Exhibit number 6?
Okay, I will go with that.
All right. And do you know that this is actually still readily available on the internet?
Okay.
All right. And so at this time, Dr. Diamond, you did write this op-ed for Headline News, is that correct?
Yes.
I'll tender States Exhibit S6 into evidence.
Objection.
I don't know if I'm muted or not. No, there's no objection.
I guess he's like a witness.
So there we go. So did you meet with Maddox Kilgore before June 30th or after June 30th of 2014?
It would have been after June 30th.
And when did you first come to Atlanta for the first meeting where you interviewed Mr. Harris at the Cobb County Detention Center?
The first meeting was August 10th of 2015.
And you prepared a 22-slide initial presentation, is that correct?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't present that presentation to them on that day. I presented a PowerPoint in advance. I don't have the specific date of that PowerPoint.
Well, let me ask a better question. Prior to April 6th of 2016, when it was served upon the state, did you go ahead and provide the defense with a 22-slide PowerPoint that was intended to be used at trial?
I don't recall.
All right, I'm going to have you take a look at State's Exhibit 3, and this is in PDF format just so we can go through it quickly. Take a look at this. Are you able to recognize this?
Yes,
All right. And does this look like it's a fair representation of what was served or you provided that was then provided to the state?
yes,
At this time, the state would tender into evidence State's Exhibit 3, both in PowerPoint format and in PDF format.
Any objection?
Yeah, no objection.
Admitted.
Now, on April 6, 2016, directing your attention specifically to that date, do you recall speaking with Assistant District Attorney Chuck Boring?
yes,
Right. And did you indicate to him that you had previously interviewed Mr. Harris and that was part of the basis for your opinion?
well, I don't recall the conversation, so I can't be certain of anything I said to him.
Right. Do you recall telling him that you had made written notes of your interview with Ross Harris?
I have no specific memory of, I know I talked to him, I don't remember specific details.
Okay. When you interviewed Mr. Harris on August 10th of 2015, did you actually take written notes?
Apparently not.
So you met with Mr. Harris for 1 to 2 hours, along with Mr. Kilgore, Mr. Rodriguez, and an investigator in anticipation of becoming an expert for Mr. Harris, and you didn't take any handwritten notes.
That's correct.
Crap. That don't look good.
In fact, afterward, Maddox said he was surprised that I didn't take notes.
Okay.
Why didn't he, though? Why didn't he take notes? That don't make sense.
So when we're looking at Defendant's Exhibit 2,
Crap. Let me pause this crap. Because they're going to be playing this crap all day long, and I can't sit here all day long. It looks like this doctor has screwed up, this psychiatrist, whatever the hell he is. He didn't take freaking notes when interviewing Ross. If y'all want to finish watching the hearing, I'll put the link in the chat right there. I think it's going to go on for a couple of days. I just wanted to peek in and see what was going on with it. I've got the worst memory in the world. But you know what? I never forget about my responsibilities. I never forgot my son was in the car with me. I never forget about my dogs, my chickens, my goat, anything like that. However, I do forget like stuff about cases and who I say hi to in the morning. Sometimes like my short-term memory is not good. Yeah, it don't make sense. And because of this crap, this fool may get a new trial. I seen Liz's comment earlier. She said that she don't think he did it on purpose, but the sexton distracted him. I mean, that could be possible. I think that he did it on purpose. He went back to his car on his lunch break to put some light bulbs in the car, and he didn't see his son sitting in a rear-facing car seat there. I've seen the pictures that they showed at his trial with the, when the front door opened, you can clearly see that car seat sitting there. I think he wanted to get rid of his son, be free of responsibility, and then he could get a divorce and go live his weirdo lifestyle. He was sexting, I think, people that was underage while his son was out there in the car dying. His ex-wife, she must be a better person than me, because I sure as the hell wouldn't be taking up for him. Sure as hell wouldn't be forgiving him. I know you're supposed to have forgiveness in your heart, but that's something I have a hard time with. I'm not going to lie. I'm confused too, Liz. I'm confused. That's all right if we have a difference of opinion. It's no big deal. I mean, you could be right. I could be right. We'll probably never know the real truth, just to be honest. I wouldn't even leave my wallet in the damn car. People go to pieces without their phones. You're supposed to forget a child. Right. He didn't. I think he knew. Here's what I think. I think it's a good possibility. Well, part of me thinks this. It's a good possibility he could have forgotten him. Then when he went to the car at lunchtime, by that time, Cooper was dead. He put the light bulbs in there. He's like, oh, crap. I'm just going to go back in work and, act like I don't discover him till after work. That's a good possibility, too. He's a complete weirdo, I think. And, of course, his wife divorced him. Now this crap came out about him sexting and stuff. But she still defends him. She still says he didn't do it on purpose. She's like, there was never any warning signs, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? There's never no warning signs with Chris Watts, John List, none of them either. Everybody thought they was good dads too. Never harmed a fly, no criminal history, no history of violence. Probably bought a rear-facing car seat on purpose. Well, according to Cooper's mom, she is not a morning person. She was running late that morning. So that's why Ross had supposed to dropped him off at his little daycare. I think it was the wife that Googled hot car seats, not him. I read the other day that it was on one of his devices, and that he actually had watched a video, and it showed the video that he was watching. It was this doctor. And he was telling, about how hot cars get, how fast they get hot, not to leave dogs in them. That's what the video was about, leaving dogs in hot cars. But who knows? That information could have been wrong. The Googling hot cars death and watching videos about it settles it for me. Yeah, like he allegedly had looked that up, and it wasn't too long after that Cooper dies in a hot car. And that's a miserable death. They start foaming at the mouth and everything. I believe they have like seizures. I mean, it's a terrible, terrible death. They need some kind of alarms. Like in my Jeep, they have that alarm for the seatbelt. It will not shut up until you buckle up. They need something for some kind of alarm for, to remind people that their kids are in the car. When they're getting ready to get out, some kind of alarm to come on. Check the back seat for children. Something. I just have a hard time believing people forget their kids in cars. I'm sorry. I just don't know how that's possible. I mean, if it was an accident, he must have really, really been distracted. They both could be guilty while she's standing behind. Yeah, it's a good possibility. Well, I am too, Liz, and I forget things, and sometimes I get things mixed up. It's okay. My memory's really bad, but I do remember watching that video the other day that he allegedly watched. Yeah, it's so sad. That little Cooper should be here right now getting ready to celebrate Christmas. Yeah, I have trouble with my short-term memory too, but I don't forget my responsibilities. I may forget who I say hi to, or what I've read, or where I've read it. but not like I don't, forget anything about my son. If anything has to do with my son, even like returning a message or phone call, like I don't forget. Because he's like my top priority. The alarm could get consistently louder and longer the child sits. Yeah, some little girl invented some kind of alarm to go on car seats for a science fair project. I think it actually got patented, but I can't remember exactly what it did, but it was some kind of alarm that was connected to the car seat. Liz, the Daily Mail said people's names in West Virginia be released tomorrow. Thank you, Liz. You've been so helpful this morning. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to keep following this case. See what happens with it. It's so sad. Unfortunately, a lot of murders and suicides and murder-suicides happen around the holidays. And in January, I've noticed too. I saw that another family was murdered. I believe it was in Florida. I think a man killed his mother-in-law. Maybe he didn't kill the children. The children were in the home, but he killed himself, his mother-in-law. I believe he killed his wife too. Someone could make some money on those new fangled cars. Yeah, they really could. They got alarms and they got all this and that. You think they would install something in all the new vehicles now, some kind of alert. I left my oldest son at kindergarten once. I was mortified. Oh my goodness. Well, at least he was at kindergarten. He wasn't in a car. Well, guys, I'm going to get off here. I'm going to go check on my dog, Smokey. He, last night, Mark woke me up about 5 o'clock in the morning. He felt Smokey in front of our washer and dryer in the hallway, laying on his side, urinating on himself. And he was whimpering. We don't know what happened to him. We don't know if maybe Chloe went in there. And because Mark didn't actually see him urinate. When he found him, he was just laying in it. So he just assumed he did. But I was thinking maybe Chloe went in there and peed and he slipped and fell in it or something. I don't know. I kind of think he had a seizure, honestly. But I want to go check on him. I've been in here for a while. He stays right up my butt. He's actually Mark's dog, but he loves me the best. I'm his mutter. Anyways, it just seems like all my dogs have been sick. Skylar was so sick with her ears, she couldn't walk. Finally got her straightened out after going to the vet numerous times. Then Chloe started, she seized out on me, was having coughing problems. Found out she got congestive heart failure. Now something's wrong with Smokey. Smokey has not been acting his normal self. I keep telling Mark, I'm like, he acts like his back is hurting. Schnauzers' bodies are made funny anyways. They got this big rib cage and I don't know, their back ends are kind of made funny. But it actually looks like his back is more humped. I mean, he's eating, he's going outside and stuff. I don't know what happened to him. I think he seized out. He's old too. I think when I first met Smokey and Mark, Smokey was just like 3 years old. Crap, I've been around him for like almost 9 or 10 years now. He's getting old. Mark said this morning, what's wrong with these dogs sick? I said, they're senior dogs, honey. Smokey and Chloe, senior dogs. Now, Skylar, she just, she's a beagle and a hound dog. She had got water in her ear and got a bad ear infection. She's still a young dog. She's only like about 5 years old. It just seems like these purebred dogs have more health problems. Yorkies are notorious for congestive heart failure. So are Schnauzers. The bad comes in threes. Yeah, I'm just, what? Is that him in the picture? No, that's actually Chloe, the little Yorkie. She's the smallest one I have. She's the one that has congestive heart failure. I didn't think she'd be here for Christmas. I was going to buy a Christmas sweater a couple months ago at Walmart, and I thought it'll just make me sad because I don't think Chloe will be here to wear it. But she surprised me. She's a survivor. She's a fighter. Well, you know what, Alyssa? Smokey has been drinking a lot of water and peeing all over my house at night, all over my kitchen. I'll get up. He's peed in the kitchen. I'll clean it up. I'll get up again. He's peed in the kitchen again. And I hate to take the water from him because he acts like he's so thirsty. I bet he's got kidney disease or something, kidney failure. Well, he's going to the vet. I hope he's okay because it will devastate Mark if something happens to Smokey. I don't know if he'll recover, guys. I'm serious. I don't know if he will. But anyways, I will see y'all tomorrow. Wednesday night, I'm going to have a channel members live stream for my channel members. Be doing shout outs because I didn't do shout outs this month. I've just had too much going on with my mental health too, and my dog's being sick, and here my PTSD and mania's been messing with me. It's just, I'm ready for 2020 to be over and start a new year fresh, y'all. Hopefully 2021 will be a lot better. Lisa says, sounds like it. Yeah, he drinks so much water and you hate to put it up from him. And he won't use pee pads. He wants to go in my kitchen and pee. Thank God I got, floor that you can just wipe up, clean up. Chloe's a sweet dog too. She's spunky. We call her, we call her Coco Sissy Cat. We call her Chloe Kardashian sometimes. Anyways, y'all have a great day. I will see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place. Be safe, be kind, and peace. Thanks for your support. Appreciate it.